I'm Amber Dawn with Mystic Meadows Healing, and this is my daughter, Julia. She's here to bring some insight into the topic that we're going to be discussing today. We've learned a lot together on this topic, and we're excited to share some hacks.
Yes. Today we'll be sharing hacks to navigate spiritual awakening.
Do you feel like you're unique and maybe don't fit in with every crowd? Do you feel like you need deep connections and deep conversations that others are like, not sure I want to go down that rabbit hole?
Do you feel like life keeps throwing you curveballs over and over again? Or maybe you feel like there's something more in life, more than the mundane wake up, work, sleep, repeat.
Here are 3 hacks to navigate an awakening. Number 1, you're seeing or feeling things that aren't really in the physical realm. There are things that other people may not see or feel that are happening in a different realm. So if that's happening to you, it may come in the form of dreams. You may be able to see other beings or light around people, geometric shapes around people. You might just feel a situation just feels off and you're not sure why. So those it's really important to pay attention to those. So take note when that happens. Here's the hack. So don't think you're crazy, first of all, because you're not.
Nope.
And if you think you are, call me. You'll find out you're not crazy, because I might be a little crazier than you are. Don't doubt yourself, and just pay attention to those feelings. You can also ask the spirit realm for guidance, clarity, and little messages that might lead you down the path to understand what's happening a little bit more.
I don't doubt that you're crazier than most. There are 5 spiritual gifts that correspond with the senses. So there's taste, touch, seeing, hearing, smelling, and there's actually a 6th one, which is knowing. That connects to your intuition and just kind of like knowing when a situation is going to go wrong or when something is going to happen. Just kind of, you just know. So some people might hear people in another realm or hear different frequencies or pitches that most people can't hear. You might see things in your mind's eye, like spirits, or have dreams, or kind of see the future. You might feel things that other people don't feel. When somebody's having a rough day, or when you walk into the room and you can feel that people are mad, or that maybe people are bouncing off the walls with energy. You can just feel on a deeper level than most people, and a lot of society or a lot of people call that being an empath, which is a spiritual gift. So some people can actually smell disease. It's like, we have a friend who can smell when someone has cancer. They just get this certain smell and they're like, do you have cancer? Yes, I do. What the heck? That's crazy, right? Or you can smell when a situation is off. Also, some people can taste. Like, if somebody's lying, they get a bitter taste on their tongue, and you can be like, you're lying, I can taste it. Which sounds really weird, but it happens. Don't think you're being overly sensitive or emotional, because it's just your intuition trying to get a hold of you and tell you, hey, you have these gifts, I really want you to push into them and learn about them so you can grow and be a more powerful being.
Yes, and another thing you can do is take note of things that you felt or whatever gift that showed up for you and the situation that it was attached to, and then come back to it later after the situation is played out and see what those little nudges or gifting messages were.
Yeah, especially with dreams or anything really.
Tip number 3. All right, here's the honest truth. Spiritual awakening is not all unicorns and butterflies. It might be alligators and snakes. You just never know. In reality, it can be some pretty difficult times in our life, but those are the times that probably shift our life into like, it just really pushes us into a better situation and changes the course of our life for the better. So we might look back on those struggles or difficult times and go, I'm so glad that happened, because it put me on the track to a much better life. So if you can take a look at the situation from a different perspective and really look for the lessons in it instead of the, what is happening to me and why is it happening? Just look at it as, okay, what's the lesson here? Where are messages that came in that I didn't pay attention? And really take note of those things.
Perspective is key.
So here's a hack that can help you with difficult times and spiritual awakening. Take care of yourself. Go get a massage, meditate, get some extra rest. Really just give yourself some time to process what's happening and look within to see the messages without.
Mm-hmm. The answers lie inside.
They do.
So my mom has this super cool quiz that you can take. It's a core wounding quiz, which corresponds with astrology and the planets, and it actually gives you some insight on where you might be a little more sensitive in your life, or what things might trigger you, or maybe how you have the most fun. It really helped me to learn like why I would want to be rebellious, or why I didn't like authority, or just random things in my life. And I was like, oh, so that's why these certain things are more touchy, because I have a core wounding in that area. So if you want to check that out, there is a link below or above. Feel free to share that with your friends if they want to know their core woundings, or if you want to understand people better, you can look at their core woundings and be like, oh, they're not being overly sensitive, they're just
wounded in that area.
Yeah.
So the core wounding quiz can bring insight into your biggest wound, triggers in your life, and patterns that show up for you. And then you can understand yourself a little better, and others, if you want to find out their core wounding.
Yeah, who doesn't want that?
Yeah, so the nice thing about the core wounding is you can turn it into a gift or a talent, and it can become a superpower, so that wounding no longer brings you down. You actually use it for the good of all. Really, you can teach other people how to overcome that wounding. So it's a beautiful gift that coming out of the dark and into the light, we really have to accept those struggles and those dark times in order to see the beauty in it from the other side. Every rose grows up and it's closed at first, but then it blooms and opens up. So we have to go through that time of being closed so we can open up and share it with the world.
And thorns are for protection.
That is true. So thank you for joining us today. Again, I'm Amber Dawn with Mystic Meadows Healing.
And I'm Julia with Treetop Thoughts Videography. Thanks for watching!
At Mystic Meadows, we want to help you take the first steps to thriving.